Welcome back, everybody, to Untitled Podcast Episode 1, the official first episode of this, I'm going to pull the same joke as yesterday, the Global Sensation Podcast, worldwide. This is the official first episode. We did do a pilot, me and Vedad, and tonight's guest, which I'll introduce in just a second. I want to preface, we recorded this last night and had a pretty great 50-minute session. Talking about all sorts of things from Bitcoin to horror stories to creepy stuff, and these guys were so nervous, and it ended up turning out so well until, of course, my computer crashed and we lost all the audio. But these guys were so nice enough.
Let's drink
all
to
for nothing.
not
What a waste of time. Why am I back?
If it does crash, you guys will record it again with me, right? Maybe it's just cursing.
No, it's another $300
to wrangle you.
Well, they're not being paid
it's
for
another
this.
$500.
But anyway, they were so nice enough to help me out to record this again. They're feeling a little bit nervous, so we're gonna help them, give them a warm welcome here. We'll start with the man to my left. He's kind of known across the land as they call him Bass Nectar. His voice kind of hits the lower regions, and he's known for his incredibly low voice. He's a close friend of mine. Lives here locally. My fondest memory of my friend Edis is this past New Year's. We watched Nightcrawler together, and then he texted a girl when she asked him what did you do. He said, "Watched a movie with my buddy Ben." So give it up for Edis Ganic, everybody. And the gentleman to my right, another man that I've known for such a long time, infamously. Okay. I think the snapping's done. Infamously known across the land as the mustache man himself. Back in 6th grade, he was the first man with facial hair in the entire grade, and since then he's
testosterone levels were
Now they just plummeted.
Now he's
estrogen territory.
I've also known him for quite a long time. He's Big Kerim, works with me over at Target. My fondest memory of Big Kerim, I think, has got to be very, very recently. Me and him went out sledding together. Not this past time last night, but it was just me and him solo. And he grabbed my hand, and we were on top of the hill, and said, let's go down the hill together. And it was a bonding moment.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Then we'll skip we'll skip what happened later.
Yeah, well, this is a PG podcast, so we'll skip what happened later. Anyway, let's get up for Big Kerim, or Kerim.
Ow!
All right, guys, I got
one fan out there.
Yeah, the one fan. I don't know how many views this podcast will get. I didn't expect the episode 0 to get 50, which I know to some folks out there, 50 is not a lot, but you have to take
50?
in.
That's actually not bad.
Well, I know you have to factor in the subscriber to view count. Usually most channels will average 10 to 25% of their audience's views. I think when I published
well,
it,
I guess like half of those were the accounts.
Yeah, the bots.
You gave me and Edis.
Yeah.
Well,
remember, we can't edit any of this out, so let's just move on from that too. I just want to.
Sure.
I do not pay bots at all. Kerim, let's not wink. Let's not talk. Anyway, fellas. Anyway, last time we did this, I asked you guys. Let me ask you this.
We're gonna jump straight into it.
Oh, I figured if you guys,
if
you guys want to introduce yourselves really quickly, because I know I let you guys do that last time, so please, one of you.
Y'all. So should I just say my full name, address, date of birth?
Yep, credit card, 3 numbers on the back, and social.
Hello everyone. Hello all the 50 viewers. My name is Kerim, or Kerim, or Kerim, or Big Kerim, or Krispy Kreme. Any of the above, really. I've known Ben, or otherwise known as Ben Smlatic, or Ben Smlatic.
Yep. Or Small Dick.
Oh yeah. How could I forget that one?
Unforgettable.
Still, since like what, 6th grade, 7th grade, somewhere around that.
Yeah, we knew each other, or I knew about you. Here's a quick story about Kerim. In 6th grade is when I knew about you, because you had your gaming channel. And I remember I was like, I found out
Oh,
about
yeah.
it, and I was like, damn, dude, I thought you were like the coolest kid in our school. And I was like, holy shit. We didn't officially, I don't think officially begun
We
hanging
began
out.
like officially being friends like 8th grade, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's when I sat with you guys at the lunch table.
Yeah.
That's when the group
Um,
officially collided.
The round table.
Yeah, and then oh yeah, gaming channel. Speaking of that, I got to I'm actually been wanting to restart kind of like fresh slate. I gotta get like a real like microphone, um, webcam, or you get like an actual camera and stuff, and start low key recording. I got to get into phase.
Oh my.
You know what they say.
There you go.
I thought you were. I
That's
thought
Hey,
you
dude,
were.
man.
I thought you were already part of the
Edis
phase.
can vouch.
For
Yeah,
what?
I
the
kicked
man
his
is, the
ass
man
in
is
the-
pretty ruthless with the sniper rifle, I may say.
So, but yeah, that's a little bit about little anecdote about myself. Pass it on over to our man Easel.
Yeah. So you guys know me as Edis. Others know me as Esel, Cletus, Big Ed,
Lettuce.
Big E,
Yep, lettuce.
Lettuce, of course, the notorious Lettuce. I've also known Ben. I think the first time I've seen you was probably right around 6th grade as well, like in middle school.
Yeah.
And I don't think we talked a lot. Like we weren't really like friends or anything
Yeah.
until like actual 8th grade, when basically naturally all the Bosnians
Yep.
found their way into each other. No homo,
It's
but
just a Bosnian thing, yeah.
Full homo.
full homo. But yeah, at the lunch table, the round table,
Yeah, that
And,
day.
No,
Uh,
around the
the
drinking
rest
fountain.
is history.
Oh my god.
The drinking fountain.
We can take
drinking
a second to talk about how this group formed. Because for those who don't know, there's, I would say, at any given time, 9 to 12 of us that have been consistently in the same Snapchat group chat and hanging out since 8th grade, basically. And some of us have known each other longer, but this group, yeah, it was that one day I remember, because before you guys, I was sitting at the table with like Jaron Proctor and all those people, and I never really fit in with that kind of crowd. And I remember, I don't know how, but I just sat down at the table one day, and slowly everything just kind of started falling into place from there. But
Yeah, I just remember in like the 8-9 building, or like, so we had like this 8-9 building. It wasn't like a high school, but it wasn't like a middle school. It was like in between, just like some weird shit. But
make you feel special, yeah.
I remember we all, like, I knew like Edis from elementary school, and then like Mirza from middle school, and we kind of just started like hanging out slowly, like little by little, like before school actually started, like in the middle of the building. Remember by like all that, like the trophy cabinet and stuff? Anyone remember that?
Oh, which grade is this?
It was like 8th, 9th.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So like in the
And then
beginning
we
of
slowly like yeah, and then like slowly mutual friends just started to like come in, and it just grew from there. And then we started to play soccer in the gym before school started, and
Oh man, yeah.
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 So I knew you. You met Mirza, and then I met Mirza through you.
Yeah.
Mirza knew Lays, so naturally we met.
I know,
Lays.
there's all those connections, dude.
And then
Yeah,
it just
basically we
up
just all
branching.
formed this, like, I think there's like 10 or 11 of us in a group now, and we're all like basically like family, I would say. Not to be like sappy or shit, but
not to be cringe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, it's a bunch of connections, and then eventually you brought Vedad in, Kerim, because Vedad is your cousin. And
Vedad got it so nice,
Oh,
because he
man.
started hanging with us when he was like, what, 12,
Yeah.
13?
No,
He was hanging out
no,
with
he was
older
not.
guys.
Dude, he
Are you serious?
No, he was
Dude,
always around.
he just turned 19 in November,
So he's what? Yeah.
And
Oh
we're-
my God,
we're-
you're right. Holy shit.
and we were like 15 when we actually started to like do stuff. So that means he must have been at least 13.
Holy
or at
shit.
most
Yeah,
13.
you're right. You're right. Actually. Yeah, he did have it easy. I remember because the first
And so
time.
like he
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
and no, like he like looking at him now, he's just so much more grown than like
Yeah, it's kind of.
his
Yep.
Look
His
at you, the
generation.
way
he's like one of like us, but like way what's the word I'm looking for?
I think I've always seen him, and I'll always see him as our little brother. You know, not that he's not.
High schooler.
Well, we still give him the joke that he's in high school. But
Yeah.
I will always see him as our little brother. But I still think of him, and if he hears this, great. I think he's so much more mature than a lot of people his age. You know, he's only 19, but you know, he's incredibly mature, and you know, he's a good guy. But
I bet that's probably stemmed from
He's
hanging
as
out with
mature as
older people than him.
Yeah.
Probably naturally just
dude,
happened like
yeah,
that.
I didn't realize it. Yeah, he was 12 years old when we were like 16, and yeah, he was hanging out with like seniors when he was a freshman, dude. Like, I don't think a lot of kids.
well,
age would say
juniors.
that. Well, yeah,
Juniors when he was like, how old is that? 7th grade, 8th grade?
I guess, yeah, but I mean, still, like, he was. When we started throwing like parties or just partying, he was getting invited to these things, like just because out of.
Yeah.
At first, it was just because he was your cousin, but eventually we actually started liking him. But I remember he had to go through. We didn't like him at first.
He had to go through a long initiation. I mean, he is the youngest one, but
Yeah, but I'll never forget when the first time I met him. I think this is the first time he ever hung out with us. It was wintertime. We went to go sled. And I remember you asked us, you're like, hey, can my cousin Vedad come along? And we're all like,
oh, I know this.
yeah, I think we were like, yeah, how old is he again? And he's like, oh, well, he's 12 or 13 or whatever. We're like, that's fucking weird, but sure, you know, whatever, dude. And so, I'll never forget seeing this scrawny, and he was so small. Like, he had this, I think he had like a buzz cut or something, and he gets out of the car and looks really nervous. And it was like 9 o'clock, man. And we just got to the spot where we were like, oh, I remember now. Yes, Mirza and Brandon, we were doing some chase bullshit. We had just started hanging out. And then, I don't know if he told you, Kerim, or whatever, but I remember you telling us, you're like, hey, my cousin's got to go home. And obviously he can't fucking drive, so I don't know if we all had our license at this point. We all like, I felt so bad for this kid, dude.
Well, I think we were all in a Rune's van.
So
Like
yeah, we
all
all had to
10 of
basically
us
like
or whatever.
take him home, essentially.
yeah, I forgot
Fucking
about
hell.
that. It was two cars. Yeah, two cars. Mirza had a car, and then we were all in the Rune's van. And I remember we all turned to him in this van, and he's in the very back, dude, this little kid, and we're all looking at him with these hateful eyes, and we started like, why the fuck do you even come, man? Like, what's the point of coming out here for like 10 minutes? He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. And, oh, man, he had it rough for a while. But
And then like getting into movies and shit like that, like
Yeah, but
where they were rated R. Those were he was always nervous to get into the movie. I'm like, dude, they won't even care. Just,
no, but they did one time. Remember?
they did.
It was like
When was this?
I want to say it was like Conjuring 2 or something.
Oh, for real?
It was one movie. Yeah, it was one movie where we all went, and then he tried to like sneak through, and they were like, oh, because so the plan was we bought like these rated R tickets, and so he had to buy like some PG-13 ticket, and as the guy like checks our tickets, you know, we were walking past him, and then we're kind of like, all right, but you got to follow us, just don't look sus, and
of course,
we walk into the theater, and the dude there's an employee like walking past, and he sees like Vedad trying to go in. He's like, oh, Avengers is actually that way. And then leads him to the fucking other movie theater. And then Vedad sat through the entire Avengers movie by himself.
Oh my god, how could I forget that?
I don't remember that either, actually. Oh my god.
I bet if he was here, he'd be like, yeah, fuck you guys ditched me. And we're like,
fuck you,
dude,
yeah.
there's nothing we could do.
Yeah, there's a lot of loopholes you can get through being younger.
Yeah, I mean, but still, I mean, for what it's worth, he was hanging out with significantly older kids. Oh no, my fucking AirPods just died. You're kidding me. Oh my god.
I mean, your mic's still working. You probably have a different mic set up, or...
Oh, I think we got it. Hello?
We're still live?
Oh no. Now I can't hear him.
Technical difficulties.
Oh, now I can hear him. Okay. I guess one of them is dead. It's gonna die again. It was just my... Yeah, quick side note here. I don't have any fucking headphones to plug into my computer, so the only thing I can use... I feel so ashamed of using them are these AirPod Pros, you know. So
Oh,
we're down.
It's
your life's
good.
so hard.
That YouTube money came in real
No,
good.
they're not mine. They're my sister's. Thank God she had something, or else this whole podcast would be fucked. But yeah, I mean, for what it's worth, before we move on from the subject with Vedad, since he can't be here tonight, yeah, what a guy. I'll drink to that.
What a guy.
Yep. So
Yeah, he got it. He got it kind of rough being the youngest in the group, but that's just how it is.
but hey, man, it conditioned him.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Now he's got the thickest skin. Like I don't think you can offend that guy in any way.
Well, I don't know about that.
We can test his limits later.
We can put that theory to the test.
I was gonna say there was the last time I remember Vedad being really, really upset. We went to go play soccer, and it was me
Mouse
and
never
Edna.
gets old.
And, yeah, this is one of my favorite stories. To be fair, it was me and Ednon, and you know, I get kind of competitive, of course, naturally as you do, and Vedad, if you're hearing this, I'm so sorry. Isn't the best athletically at sports. So we're losing, and I'm telling him like, "Hey, come on, man! Come on, man! You gotta get back." And the whole game, really, and looking back on it, I was being a dick. I was being competitive for no fucking reason. It wasn't a professional game. It was just a throwaway game. And
Pushing his work rate.
Yeah, and well, and you know how Ednon is. Ednon, he's come on, Ednon, push yourself harder, Vedad, break through your limits, blah blah blah. And Vedad just turns to the two of us, red as a fucking tomato, dude, and he's just like, you know what? Shut the fuck up, both of you. He just, 2 minutes. He didn't stop yelling for 2 minutes straight. It was just going off on us, and then he went back to playing. And man, I mean, that might be the angriest I've seen him. But yeah, I don't know. At that moment, I thought I was.
Yeah, that's like probably the one time I've seen him actually mad.
I'll say the only person I
Otherwise-
haven't seen mad actually. Edis, I've never seen you truly mad, like truly
I
angry.
mean, I don't really like get angry at anything, just because like I don't know, I just don't take it to heart.
This is just.
I mean, I went through my stint where I used
This
to.
is empty.
Yeah, I'm just empty hollow, dude. I did go through my stint where like the littlest things would make me mad back in middle school. You guys know.
Oh yeah.
Know those times.
Yeah.
But
I
I mean,
forget.
after that, nothing, dude. I mean, I get angry sometimes, but I don't turn
I'm
like
lagging,
red
you
and
fucking
start
idiot.
yelling and like I can't remember the last time I yelled at someone for being like for being angry and stuff.
Well, I was gonna say.
Yeah, dude. I feel like if you yelled at someone, you'd probably rupture their eardrum.
I know the bass would make their ears bleed. No, I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's my secret weapon.
Well, see, you're scary when you're mad at us because the only few times I've seen you relatively annoyed is when you get annoyed, you get really quiet. You don't say anything, and you just have this death glare. And I've seen all of us.
Yeah, I kind of just avoid like escalating the situation, so I just pull myself out of it a little bit.
Do you remember? And I know you know this story. It was either 8th or 9th grade in that building. There was a day. Nick, one of our friends, Nick, put a slushie in this bag of nachos. And then he took the bag, and Edis we have this meme in our group where Edis is the unlucky one. All these bad events always happen to him. There could be 10 of us in a line, and a bird would shit on him, 10 times out of 10, kind of thing. And Nick takes this bag, and it's got air in it, and it's got slushy and shit, and milk, and it's all this nasty
lunch leftovers concoction.
So stupid, dude.
And he puts it down, and he steps on it, right? He stepped on it with his foot, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just dropped it in front of me, so everyone was leaving out of the cafeteria at once because lunch was over, and in the crowd he just drops it on the floor like some kind of Unabomber and just steps on it, and the bag, the entrance to the bag was pointing backwards right at me because I'm right behind him. He slams his foot on it, and all of that just goes up on my shorts and my shirt, everywhere, all over my legs.
It was awful, and I mean, I
Did that stick him by the collar?
No, you didn't grab it.
And put him up against the wall.
No, you got it wrong. No, because when Nick did it, Nick was like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry," and you didn't say anything to him, and I was like, "Oh no, this is not good." And as we're walking out, there's these huge metal doors that close down in the cafeteria, and I just look over for a second, and Nick and you, Edis, are walking right next to each other, and Edis just takes his hand and just pushes Nick into this door, and it's like, this huge crash, and then Nick is like, what the hell, man? And then they kind of get in each other's face, but as they do that, a teacher, and she's a meme, I don't know if we could say her name, we'll just call her Nancy. I think that was her first name, so I'm sure we can call her by her first name, that's fine. She's a really positive teacher. So she comes over and she grabs both of them by the kind of arms, and she's like, "Are you boys lost?" And she escorts them to the office. And the rest of us were just laughing about the whole thing. Oh my god. Good.
Yeah, that's right. And then I remember one time we were also eating lunch. This also happened to Edis.
Of course.
We got our other friend Mirza got a slushie, like a bright red slushie, and accidentally like spilled a drop, like a tiny drop, nothing, not even a big deal, on Edis's like shorts, I think.
No, it was my shoes. My brand new shoes.
Brand new shoes, yes. And just like a drop, and all right, it's like annoying, but Edis takes his whole slushie, the entire thing, and dumps it on Mirza's shorts, everywhere, and then Mirza had to go change, and he was wearing like some khaki shorts too, like some nicer shorts. Yep. And Mirza had to go to the bathroom and change into those like purple gym shorts, the purple PE shorts. And he was wearing that the rest of the day.
Yeah, dude, looking back at that. Dude, back at that, I had like instant regret when I saw him in the hall, how sad he was with those shorts on. I was like, man, I really escalated that situation. That's why now I just don't react to anything.
Oh, dude.
I mean, I was young and
so
dumb,
miserable walking in those PE shorts.
That was definitely uncalled for, but
you guys remember?
Hey,
I'm sure you remember. Bob, the cleaning. I don't know.
Yeah, Bob.
The cafeteria security guard, but he wasn't a security guard. He was just this old Vietnam War vet or whatever.
1306.
There was a guy, there's a guy named Bob that watched in the cafeteria, and we don't think he was an actual Vietnam War vet, but, he definitely looks the type. And Mirza, for those who don't know, has kind of a darker complexion and has been occasionally called Asian or Mexican. And what we started noticing was every time our table was messy, any time there was an inconvenience or anything, my voice going crazy, Bob would always target Mirza, So, for example, there was a day, I don't know who the hell it was. Do you guys remember the slushie that was on the table? Was it Nick?
No, it was popcorn and slushie or something. It was like some mixture. I think it was. I think it was Nick.
What somebody said. Oh yeah, it was Nick. Yes, okay, so.
It was Nick.
So all this shit gets on the table. Bob comes over and he has to kind of hobble over because I don't know if he has a bad hip or whatever. Vietnam War vet. And he looks at Mirza and he's looking at all of us. And he has what was the yellow sponge? The spongy, or what was the name of the fucking ShamWow? He would carry this fucking
the chamois.
And he throws the fucking ShamWow at Mirza. He's like, clean it up. And Nick stands up and Nick's like, Bob, it was me that did it. And he's like, shut down. And Nick, right away.
Yeah, Bob probably is. I mean, he's definitely a racist. You could tell.
And Mirza tries to stand up. He's like, I didn't do this. I'm not cleaning it up. He's like, you want to go to the office? And Mirza grabs the fucking ShamWow and just starts cleaning this mess up. And my personal theory is the fact that Bob probably thought Mirza was Vietnamese or something, and maybe that was what triggered his hatred for Mirza.
Yeah, it was like some Gran Torino type of shit.
Poor fucking guy, dude. He's actually a really nice guy outside of work, Bob. But man, was he an asshole during.
I heard he passed away. I don't know if that was true, but.
Well, yeah, because that rumor was going around, but I saw him maybe a year and a half ago at my sister's choir concert, because I guess his granddaughter is in the same thing. But I don't think he's dead. I think he's still very much alive.
His hatred keeps him alive.
You can't kill the guy, man. It's impossible. I don't know, man.
Yeah, middle school and high school lunch. Those were some times right there.
You guys miss the days of high school?
No.
Some things were cool, but
I miss the fact that like every morning we'd see each other and we could talk and laugh
yeah,
and
I
stuff.
miss lunch out of anything. That's probably
We did some fuck shit.
where we all just I know I have an archive on my computer right now. Actually, I have gigabytes of videos and photos of probably I want to say 8th grade and up of when we all started to like
All right.
do like hang out and do stupid shit. So
I was gonna
yeah,
say.
I mean, it's
it's
hard to
kind of
compare
a
to.
collection of us growing up from 13 up to what 22, about 22 now.
We still need to make that montage or whatever, like a
Yeah,
PowerPoint
we gotta
clip,
make
and
a
go through
PowerPoint
all
of.
the old stuff.
I mean.
But yeah, high school was definitely kind of hard to compare it to because, I mean, everyone's going through puberty, and then you got everyone's in cliques, and you're just trying to be like not weird,
Yeah.
but you just turned out being more weird, trying to do that, and then
I would say because we were. I know we were
I
talking.
think people knew us as the
weird.
the foreigners.
Yeah, that's what we were.
Yeah.
Slavs is the official or unofficial official name that people gave us, but for good reason. We were talking and laughing about the other day that before school started, we would fucking meet up, and I can't believe we never once questioned this during this entire time. We would make like a semicircle around the fucking drinking fountains right next to the
almost like a
cafeteria.
blockade.
I know. It's like if people wanted to get water, they'd have to fucking go through this semicircle. Like, excuse
They
me.
couldn't.
Yeah, they couldn't. They couldn't get the fucking water. I don't know why we did that. I have no idea why we did that.
We should have just charged people for like using the fountain, be intimidating, be that gang.
We
Be a gang.
or I know, and I know
Too,
you
too
probably have
thick in the mouth.
archives of this, Kerim. I don't know why we did this shit either. After lunch, we would always whatever scraps of food we didn't finish, because I guess to us we didn't want to waste the food, even though it's what we fucking did. We would take like a bag, or sometimes if we didn't have a bag, we'd just put it on the fucking tray, and we would just pour all of our shit onto this tray and make it this swamp of, nasty food.
Yeah,
Putrid.
I probably.
You gotta find it, if you find it between now and 2 hours, whenever I edit this, because it's got to go up tonight. I'd love to put it in. If not, I'll make it the picture for the next.
I'll look for it right now as we're talking.
Sure.
Just draw a little
Sure.
picture thing on a Word doc.
I was gonna say, if you can't find it, I'll just put a picture of a garbage bin. It's probably it's as close as you can possibly get. It's incredibly disgusting.
Swamp. Just look up swamp.
Yeah, look up a swamp, and then that's essentially what our cafeteria trays would look like afterwards. So, I don't know. I would say we were like the definition of nincompoops during this time. Like there was no debate at all. But I would say we were relatively liked in high school. I don't think nobody disliked us per se. They just didn't want.
Yeah, I don't remember having any like enemies, like any
Yeah.
beef with anyone.
Yeah.
I mean, I was pretty cool with.
We
I
weren't
won't say
like
every
bullied,
group.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
I knew of like maybe one or two people in like all the different cliques that were in high school, and then just cool with, just generally cool with most people. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing too.
Because I was pretty quiet in high school. Like I didn't really,
I'd say you're
I
still
don't know, I didn't really
quiet now,
branch
Big.
out.
You're still
I just kind of stuck with the Slavs, and yeah, I mean,
Well, I was gonna say, I think that's.
each their own.
I mean, I know we kept doing the same cringy shit that we eventually grew out of, but in a way, I think it's kind of cool that we never, I guess yearn for. Oh, I want to be with the popular crowd. I want to go to these parties, and it's like, do I wish that we did more partying and hanging out? Yes, but I think the time that we spent in high school, I don't regret it. You know what I mean? I think we did our thing and we enjoyed doing it, and we didn't change who we were at the core. You know what I mean? We didn't ditch each other for new people that were going to get us to these parties or whatever it might have been. So.
Yep, we always stayed the minorities. Now look at us.
Still the minorities.
Still the immigrants.
Yeah, still the Slav immigrants. But you know what? I had a conversation, and I won't name any names. This was maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago. But somebody was trying to give me shit for hanging out with you guys still. Like, they said, oh my God, you never grew out of high school. You still hang out with the same people. And it's like, I looked at them like, why the fuck? Why is that a bad thing? You know what I mean? It's like, why do I have to find new
Yeah.
friends just as good? You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
that argument never made sense to me, and I don't understand it. It's like just because we're out of high school, what I gotta drop all these fucking.
I mean, you are who you hang out with, pretty much. And if you hang out with bad people, obviously you're gonna. I always thought we were a pretty good group. We didn't really get into any trouble, and we were just all around like good guys. So, I mean, why change
Yeah.
that? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
I completely agree, dude. I think it's. I don't know. It's a testament of our friendship for sure. I mean, we've all. I would say we got to the point now where it's like, because we don't. Generally speaking, we don't have any. And this is coming from me seeing other groups do this. Is we don't. I wouldn't say we generally have any beef with each other, ever. It's.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how to take it on the chin. Like we don't.
Oh, that's
Like I've seen plenty of other groups where you try to make a joke or like little banter to someone, and it just turns into this whole beef, and you split up, and then you got different cliques within the group. And I mean, we never did that. So
yeah. Yeah. I mean, other groups
I
are
agree.
toxic, man. Like, I don't know. That's what I think is cool about us, man. Like, yeah, we banter a lot, but generally speaking, I would say, yeah, we have petty bullshit fights from time to time. But yeah, I would say generally speaking, we're a pretty tight knit group.
Exactly. Yeah, chemistry. That's what I was looking for.
I mean, for God's
We
sake.
all know how to make each other laugh, mad, sad.
Horny?
I mean, we've been through the
Gay.
ringer. We've had some arguments and stuff, but
Oh yeah.
I mean, naturally everybody does
I
at
feel
some
like
point.
I mean I do. I feel like we have like
Nothing to the extent of where it's like
yeah. I was gonna
someone
say
takes a
I don't
break
remember
and like just
a
banned
lot.
for a while.
I think all the arguments we've ever had have legitimately, and this is kind of sad to say, but maybe in a good way too. It's either been on Xbox or PlayStation. Like over.
Yeah, or it's just like petty stuff, like, and those kind of things, they never last. Those arguments. I mean,
Oh yeah.
eventually you realize like that was like pointless argument, and then you just make up and you're good.
Yep.
Like no one's ever screwed someone over in the group, and no one's ever stole from them. Anything just beyond,
Oh yeah.
petty.
That would be the most fucked thing too. Yeah, we've never had someone steal or whatever the fuck. And yeah, I agree. It's I don't know. I think that's just kind of more of a flex on other groups because we've literally seen other groups and we've seen how they work and it's like they talk a lot of shit about each other. They put on a facade when they're next. It's like, oh, I don't want to hang out with this guy, but then they go and hang out with each other or whatever it might be. And I don't know, man.
Like everyone's trying to one up each other within their own groups, and if someone tries to get something better, someone acquires something better, even if it's material or whatever,
Oh yeah.
like no one's gonna acknowledge it or tell them like that's cool, or even if they do, it's just stone cold lie.
Yep.
But we've never done that, so
I would agree with that, dude. I mean, yeah, and a lot of our friends, like for example, I always look at Mirza and Nick, for example, because they're like the most book smart out of all of us, and I would make the argument they're probably going to make the most money down the line. They're probably going to have the best jobs, right? I have never once like looked at them and their like success and what they're doing as like jealousy or like contempt or whatever it might be. If anything, dude, it motivates me because when I look at them, I'm like, man, they're doing really well with themselves. Or like with Brandon, for example, like with his car business, same thing. It's like I've never once looked at that with contempt or hatred. It's more like I want to support you in whichever way I can, and I want to tell you you're doing a good job. So it's like, but yeah, and I agree with what you're saying. Some groups, dude, they hate to see others succeed. Not even just their friends, just people in general. But it's like when it's your friends, it's like you can't be friends with this person anymore. Why? Because they're more they're more successful than you right now. It's like I don't know, that's really fucked.
yeah, I think that's probably just like an insecurity, thinking like, hey, this person's worked so hard to get this or that, and look at me not working at all or something like that, and they have stuff better than me, and they don't deserve it, just stuff like that.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I mean, hopefully those people change for the good. I feel like that's a mindset you have when like you're a kid.
Yeah, I
When
mean,
another kid gets something better than you and you're like kind of jealous or whatever.
what I would say.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Karen. Sorry.
No, yeah, I was just agreeing with Edis.
Oh. No, I was just gonna say I don't think people ever. I mean, those people at least. I don't think they ever grow out of it. I think it's always, it's they kind of just go the rest of their life thinking like that, man. Because if you're willing to ditch your friends over that kind of mentality, it's like I don't think you're willing to change yourself that easily, So
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe some of that stems from bad parenting or whatever it might be, like, or just not having like absent parents or something like that, or they just didn't teach him like proper what's the word, manners and
Etiquette.
stuff. Yeah, proper etiquette. Just just being a genuinely like good person.
I don't
Of
know. I was gonna say,
course.
I think you look at our relationship, man. Like, and at some point I was gonna get to this anyway last night, but since we're at this kind of crux, I think it's a good transition. And I was planning on using it as the picture for this podcast, but yeah, we went to LA, dude. For God's sakes, like we booked a whole last trip. Granted, it wasn't all of us, but it wasn't because we ditched everybody. It was just because some people couldn't come. But like, yeah, dude, I wouldn't want to go to LA, with five or four, I guess, four random guys. It's like the trip, in my opinion, was great. Yeah, we got to see LA, but I think the reason it was such a good trip is because like of who I went with. You know what I mean? Like you guys are my close friends. It
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
be the
agree.
same if it was
Hmm?
just four other random dudes. So
Oh
Like
yeah, no.
growing up and thinking about all these like cool places like LA, these bigger cities. We always see it in movies and stuff, and then we actually go and do it. It's like that was cool, especially being like guys we like our friends that we've known since like
Yeah.
middle school. So yeah, that made it
We gotta go
that
again.
much better.
we
Gotta
have
go
to go.
again, but
Yeah.
not on the metro.
Oh yeah,
We didn't end up going when we were 21, so we have to go back. Because I mean, not that we didn't do anything on the trip, but we were significantly hindered as to what we could do because we were all, I think, 19 or 20. We couldn't get into any of the bars at all.
I think a big problem was
Cock tease
like
the audience a little.
we wanted to go the route of maybe not necessarily saving money, but that was like our only option really. Is like we didn't want to drop so much money on renting a car or whatever.
I don't think we were
Because I mean,
allowed
we
to
didn't,
rent.
we weren't really making money back then. We had whatever from our day jobs, whatever. But yeah, I think going back, definitely need to get our own form of transportation because the metro was
No, yeah,
nasty.
never gonna do that. As soon as I saw that guy barefoot and like underwear smoking out of an apple, I was done.
Dudes wearing gas masks,
There was a
I
lot of
was like,
being
crackheads.
no.
What about
so many crackheads.
what about the guy as we were walking to the guy that was always on that path, gosh, what was
Yeah, yeah,
I just forgot our nickname for him. I always just called him Crack a Bitch because that's what he called us.
Yeah.
pretty much.
That works.
He called us redneck pricks,
Redneck white motherfuckers.
Before we get to that,
which we are probably the furthest from redneck.
I want to bring up the fact when we landed in LA, I remember, and I want to go quickly. I just said not even 5 minutes ago that Mirza is probably one of our, more smart, book smart guys. This is a perfect example of like street smart, book smart. We decided, or I guess Mirza decided. I don't know how we came to this conclusion, but we said Mirza is going to be our official guide, of this fucking city that he hasn't even been to. And I remember when we landed LAX airport in fucking Los Angeles, we're all looking towards him. He's like, "All right, guys, you guys hungry?" We're all like, "Yeah, let's go to In-N-Out." He's like, "Okay, well, I don't know why we didn't rent a fucking Uber. We couldn't rent a car because we weren't 25." So Mirza's like, "Okay, follow me, guys." So he gives us this route, and we are on the side of the fucking interstate. I'm not even kidding you. We're like, there's a video. I made a documentary of it, but to describe it to you, we are on there's like a sidewalk that's maybe like what 4 or 5 inches, well, 2-3 feet.
Yeah,
Wide.
that was the skinniest sidewalk I've ever seen in my life.
And there's these 5 fucking Slav dudes in a single file line walking in the scorching LA sun with our luggage and our backpacks.
With
and
luggage
everything.
and
Oh my
yeah.
That
It's probably
was
like a good
by far, dude, the
like
dumbest
1.5, 2 miles
Yeah, it took us like 20 minutes
to
to get
actually
there.
walk there.
It was
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
Oh my god.
And the metro. Oh my god. Just trying to navigate the fucking metro.
oh yeah. Just yeah, it sucked because you had to work on the metro's time. Like you couldn't really leave exactly when you wanted to. You had to either get there early and wait for it, Otherwise, if you show up late, like you got to wait even longer for either the next bus or train or whatever it might be, and then just waiting there and crackheads start like spawning around you and starts getting a little sketchy. But
and then obviously
we definitely got to go again when
COVID's over.
When this whole COVID thing's over, maybe depending maybe this summer.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, hopefully we get over this COVID thing sooner than later because I'm trying to.
Honestly,
get
at this
out,
point, dude.
Trying to go travel again. Too many restrictions now. It's kind of tough to get around, but yeah, maybe eventually. Hopefully, eventually.
I also got to go to. We also got to go to London.
You know what?
100%.
I realized the other day, Kerim, we were supposed to go to Japan this summer. We kept saying Japan 2021. I don't think it's going to happen this year now.
Oh yeah. Man, dude, fuck this virus. Honestly.
COVID, man, it's
it ruined so much, man. Much.
Oh yeah, dude. Like life is not the same anymore. Is the thing.
Such a downer. I think a lot of that comes down to the way everything was handled by like the government and stuff. Because you look at like New Zealand, I mean, what was it? They had like 178 days straight with no COVID because they literally shut down everything as soon as the virus got into their country. And yeah, they just like there was just no cases at all. And then out of the blue, there was like maybe 4 or 5 cases or something like that. They just shut everything down again and got over that. And then you got countries like ours where, I mean, half the country shuts down some things and then some restrictions. The other half literally pretends like nothing's even going on.
And dude, I feel like it's not even like
government
mainly. I feel like it's just the fucking people.
Yeah, I mean the people would.
Some of the people here are idiots.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no kidding.
No cap.
No cap. I don't know what that means, but yeah, no cap for sure.
Gamber.
Now, but you look at Florida, dude. Like, just swaths of people just swarming into each other. Especially on that spring break. What was it, last year?
Oh my god! I know what you're talking about.
Then they had those interviews with people, and
they're ruining our spring.
You just felt dumb.
Oh my god! Yeah, I'll never forget that.
I felt dumb listening to that.
I lost brain cells, mate, listening to it. I couldn't. I still can't believe like shocked, because it's. I get jealous now looking at like footage from places where they haven't had any cases, and it's like, dude, that could be us, greatest country in the world. But,
like Wuhan.
Yeah, the place where it started.
Or the place where it started, and they're free as a bird, dude. They're just doing whatever. They're just back to normal life.
Yep.
Pissed.
I don't know,
the place where it started got over it faster than everyone else.
If only people here were competent, but no.
Yeah, no chance. No.
We have to resort to a vaccine, and some people, that's kind of sketch.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
It's hard to say, really. I mean, half the country seems like they don't want to take it. The other half will take it without question, regardless of whatever side effects and everything else that comes with it. I mean, no one even knows the full extent of the side effects because it's brand new. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this plays out, to be honest.
It's a waiting game. I was gonna say it's a waiting game. I don't know.
Yeah, but how much longer, dude?
Do your part.
I'm trying to go back to normal life, really.
I
want quarantine stuff and yeah, travel is number one on the list as soon as that opens up,
Oh yeah, dude. I feel like as soon as that opens up, though, people are gonna places for stuff's gonna like skyrocket their prices for stuff.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, dude,
I don't know, because supply and demand.
dude, I saw this guy on, I think he was on TikTok or something, and he was explaining how he would travel to places as soon as they, like, right after they had a terrorist attack, because the prices of airline
Oh,
tickets
yeah, I
there would
saw
be
that.
like dirt cheap. And I was like, that's actually kind of smart if you think about it.
Yeah, a little fucked up, but yeah, I mean, I saw that.
Because I mean, what are the odds of it, happening twice in the same place right away?
Well,
I guess
what,
it
COVID?
depends. No, I mean like a terrorist attack.
Oh,
That there's like they'll have like bombings or something in a random country, and then just nothing really happens after that. But I guess it depends on the country you go
Yeah,
to.
so
It's probably if it's in the Middle
that's a
East
big
somewhere.
dependency on that country. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to like a war zone, obviously that's probably not your
Quite
best bet.
accurate.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh?
Here's what I'll say about this whole, kind of. And Kerim can vouch for me because there was a time, I think, right around the time COVID really started blowing up, Kerim, is when you and I started working at Target Mobile, so like a retail job,
hmm.
and then you started a couple months after. And this was in April, May, and I'm sure you can probably agree with this. I have never before, and this COVID shit has shown me, how so many people can be so not only ignorant but just the logic. They'll tell you anything.
Just stupid.
Yeah, we had a guy. And this isn't even COVID related, but this is something. Me and Karen were working the same day. You remember that guy, Karen, that came in, and he was such an asshole. He wanted us to fix his phone, and the whole time we're trying to fix his phone, is this a scam? You're gonna try to sell me something, and he's shitting on us the whole time. He's like, I know what you people do. You sell me phones, blah 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 blah, and
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like, what? What a fucking asshole, dude. Like, you fucking.
was he an older guy?
Yeah, 65-year-old fucking guy. The only problem with his phone
Boomer.
is. Yeah, a boomer. We call them, like, consumer boomers because they love that consumer cellular service. But, it's. They're like 75 with an iPhone 12 Pro Max that someone fucking sold them, and they come into our store and they're like, how do I use this thing? It's like, fuck. It's like teaching a blind dog how to jump through hoops. Like, it's fucking impossible. But we have to do it somehow. So,
Yeah, I was saying this the other night. Basically, this is like the last old generation where you can either take advantage of with like technology and stuff like that, or because I mean now everyone's just in tune with it, and it's almost impossible. Like everyone knows every little trick, and not every little trick and secret, but for the majority, I mean, no one picks up these random unknown numbers and offers to give them their credit cards anymore, stuff like that. So that's going to be dying out.
Oh yeah. We were talking about that. We were talking about last night, right?
Yeah.
Murphy?
Yeah, we said that are like once these like boomers like die, like a couple of years time when we're the older people or like our parents, there's gonna be no more like how are you gonna scam people because everyone's gonna be pretty digitally literate.
We're also the last generation who will have actual
Well,
contact with like a World War II veteran, which is kind of
true,
crazy.
but then again, what about what about obviously there's gonna be new tech, like new shit like that, so there might be new methods of scamming.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe when we're older, all the younger kids will probably take advantage of us or something. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe it comes full circle.
Yeah.
All those scam callers from India.
I hate those motherfuckers, dude.
I remember when you showed me that video, the guy who like exposes them. He like hacks into their cameras and stuff, and
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I forgot what his name was, but I'm sure if you look it up, yeah, there's it's like a 45-minute documentary, and this dude, he was, I don't know what his official program title is, but I think he's a programmer or something. But this fucking guy, Karim, he like hacks these cameras, and he finds out their identities, and he's asking these specific questions to get them to answer all this shit, and he finds every name and every computer. And then I thought he reported it to the Delhi police, but then the police didn't do anything, because for whatever reason. But he got them fucking arrested, and he lived in like the UK. It's like fucking Bruce Wayne, literally.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like some Watch Dogs kind of stuff. Like he could literally see their computer screen and see that they're like who he's calling and out of like what part of the world they're calling to, and that's just crazy right there.
Yeah,
I think I saw a thumbnail of that a while ago. I never clicked on it though. I don't know why.
I don't know how I stumbled upon it, but yeah.
It's my 2 cents.
Oh, thanks,
dude. I'm looking through these photos right now, and I'm trying. Like, I don't think I have a photo of like the actual like shit lunch table. What happened to it? But
probably
I'm
in
gonna
like
keep looking.
Snapchat archives and.
I was gonna say
I already looked through Snapchat, but I'm looking through like I have a folder labeled iPhone 5 pictures, and these are all like when we were in that grade. So I'm just scrolling through here.
I was gonna say, if we're on this topic real quick, I remember there was a day at lunch we fucked that table so badly. There was like milk it was a lake under the table, milk and water, and
the table itself was stained.
Oh my god! Yeah, we had a table we started sitting at consistently, and at the end of the year, it was like there was like a red slushy stain and like a cookie, crumb like solidified to like the bottom of the table, and yeah, disgusting shit. I mean, really, stuff of like literal apes. What they would do, like throw their shit at each other. That's what we would do. We would fucking throw our food on the floor.
Yep.
Disgusting, boys. It's disgusting.
Not on the. We wouldn't throw it on the floor. It would fall.
Oh yeah, it would happily, it would find its way to the floor somehow, of course. But
I remember it was like I think it was 2012 was that year in middle school, and I just remember thinking about like, oh dude, this is like end of the world. It's gonna happen this year. This is crazy. Were you guys scared at all during that year?
The Mayan calendar thing.
Nah.
Yeah.
Dude, I think I was at Eden's house. I don't know whether that was a birthday or I was just at his house, but we were like counting the calendar down, and he was like really excited to see what was gonna happen. I wasn't scared. I was like, dude, like what if it actually happens? Why would you want us to die? He's like, are you fucking kidding me, man? This would be the coolest thing ever.
No, dude. I remember watching the movie that came out in like 2009, the 2012 movie, and that just scared the shit out of me. So like I was just thinking about that the whole time, and I was just paranoid. I was just so paranoid. And then the day came. I think it was like I think it was a cold. Yeah, it was a cold December day, December 21st, right? Is that what they said? December 21st, 2012.
Yeah, I believe so.
We'll roll with it, yeah.
I just remember sitting at home on YouTube trying to distract myself. And I was counting down the minutes, 11:59, 12 o'clock. And then when it hit 12 o'clock, I was like, all right, we're good. Just went to bed. Forgot about it.
The fuck would happen?
The world blows up. Yeah, that's it.
Who knows?
It just dies.
It just explodes, yeah. And then there was like rumors a couple years later that, they messed up the calendar. It was actually a couple years later. And then those rumors would come out every few years. They're like, they messed up. It's actually this year. And at this point, I'm just like, whatever. If it's gonna happen, I don't even care at this point,
I'll take the death.
Kill me.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Why live your life in fear,
Well, I mean that's a good point. Yeah, I mean I think we've had this discussion before. Do you remember that time, you guys? Actually, yeah, it was me, you, and Kerim. I don't remember if we were hanging out before, or we had met up at the JMS, the old high school we used to go to. But there was that night that we decided we're gonna sit in our fucking car and eat the sun chips with the party dip. And
Yeah.
I'll never forget. We were sitting on the curb of this fucking like little park, and Kerim looks at us and he's like, "Look at us, like I'm 20 years old. What do we do?" I can't even.
I don't know. I feel like feel like we look at that and we're like, damn, that's like kind of sad. But I feel like a lot of people will actually do that, especially here in Iowa, because people just like meet up and chill random spots, you know. Because we don't have any like anything scenic really, to be honest. I mean, we have a couple lakes and whatnot, but it'd be nice to have some mountains and a
Hey, dude,
beach.
we can start like boat doing shit on boats. We started doing that last year.
Yeah, we started taking the boats out. That was cool. We'll do more of that when summer comes around. I'm probably gonna be stuck in this state once again. I mean, we could probably travel like to other states.
Road
and,
trip.
Montana.
Yeah, do a little road trip. Go to Montana, Yellowstone, or something. That'd be cool.
Yellowstone would be Yosemite. You guys want to drive all the way?
Yeah, the super volcano.
Let's say, isn't that like
It's in California.
yeah, but that drive, isn't that like 26 something hours?
Yeah.
And you want to drive
Sounds
there?
brutal.
Fuck.
Nah, fuck that, dude. I've driven 24 hours before. Multiple times. Never again. I always say never again, but
Always happens.
I
yeah.
remember doing a 9-hour road trip, and I thought that was the longest thing in my life.
Dude, no. 12.
9 hours in a car is terrible compared to like 10
On
or
a
12
plane.
hours on a plane. Just because you
Yeah.
have like, I don't know. I
It,
don't know why that is. Maybe
if-
psychological.
Yeah, because if it's just like you're in a confined space, it's arguably less roomy with you when you have people with you in a car. I mean, in a car compared to just
Yeah.
like a regular economy ticket, and sure as hell don't want to pay 3 times as much for a first class or whatever. But
I
amen
feel like
to King.
trying to sleep in a car, like when you're going over bumps all the time, it's just like
Yeah.
annoying. Versus on a plane, you
Well,
don't really.
turbulence.
Yeah, but that's every like now and again. But once you get into that cruising altitude, usually depending on where you're flying and stuff, but it's usually
Yeah.
not that shaky. I feel like.
I was gonna say though, car rides. The one we took to Chicago, there was 5 of us in that fucking car. That shit was fun. I mean, granted, I didn't have to sit in the back.
Yeah.
I was driving, but I mean, the memories, the memes.
Oh, going
Exactly,
to
yeah.
the airport.
Yeah.
See, I could do 20
Yeah,
hours.
that was
I
fucking
could do a
hell.
20-hour road trip with friends, but with family, like it gets kind of grueling at some point.
Oh yeah. Because we all have sisters, so I'm sure you guys can all fucking relate.
Yeah.
My sister and mom will get in a fucking fight or something, and then they decide to have the argument right there in the fucking car, and it's a closed space, and you're sweaty, it's hot, it's now these
Yeah.
one ear's fucked here, one ear's fucked there. My dad, he gets pissed off, and takes it out on me, and then we're all yelling at each other in this fucking.
Flip off the road.
I know. It's like, I tell you guys the story. We were in Florida coming back, and before we left, my mom's like, "Is anybody hungry?" We're like, "Yeah, we're hungry. Can we go somewhere?" And we see a Culver's, and my dad, man, I think he had run out of cigarettes or something, and he'd already been driving about 8 hours without a cigarette. So he was at a boiling point already.
Oh yeah, that's when they tip off.
Oh yeah, and we pull into the Culver's drive-through, and he turns to us, "What do you want?" You're trying to be as nice as possible, and my sister, she's like, "Bubba, can I have a butter burger?" And he takes his glasses off, and he's like, "What?" She's like, he's trying to repeat it slower for him, a butter burger, And he's like, okay, whatever, He gets to the drive-thru window, and the guy's like, "Hi, welcome to Culver's, My dad's like, "Can I have a butter?" What? And he turns back and, "What the fuck is that called?" She's like, "It's a butter burger." And he's like, "God, you couldn't pick anything fucking easier." And the guy, I think he's like, "Oh, a butter burger, sir?" And he's like, fuck this, and he, rolls the window back up, and we didn't even get the food. He just left. It was that fucking.
Oh my god, that's a legend, dude.
Oh my god.
Road trips with the family, dude. I love
Dads without their cigarettes. That's just like.
Oh yeah.
That's just tipping point right there, dude.
Yeah,
They're like a fucking teapot ready to explode.
That's what's
Butter burger.
Morgar.
That's what sucks when you're flying with I would say the smokers in general, especially Bosnian parents, when you're flying, because you can't have a fucking cigarette on the plane. You can't have a cigarette, in the
Oh yeah.
And those flights to
Yep.
Boston, they're 16, 17 hours. So altogether, airport.
To them, it feels like
and-
48 hours.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. And so 20 hours, they don't have a cigarette, dude. And every time, there's not been one time with my mom or my dad that's ever gone so smooth. You know, by the time we land, it's like they look like they're about to fucking strangle me just for being in their presence, man. And I know better than to question it. I just, let them have their fucking
I
cigarette.
think my dad contemplated going to the bathroom in the plane. Just the lighting went up, just real quick. One drag, put it out. But he didn't do it, obviously. But that would have been funny.
Oh my god, dude, cigarettes. What a fuck thing. Death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
growing up
When are we
in
gonna start?
Bosnians,
When are we gonna start
like,
smoking?
dude, I feel like growing up with Bosnians, like all of them are just smoking, right? And then you go to these family gatherings. You're probably like 8 years old, just clouds of smoke everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Probably smoked like 30 packs in my life just from secondhand smoke.
Mm.
Did I tell you guys the story?
Dude,
Go ahead, Tim.
I was gonna say, going along with that, yeah, dude, in Bosnia, they all fucking smoke, dude. It's
Even like kids our age, like just like a large majority of them.
it's
It's like a
it's
fad.
disgusting.
Oh, they start young.
I probably have secondhand from that shit over there, dude.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, there was a time in California, there was this huge fucking Bosnian concert, dude, and I don't know how old I was, maybe like 14, 15, man. And like it's in a dome, so none of the smoke is really getting out. So it already looks like they've got like a fog machine in there. But I remember I went up to like my uncle, and I was so thirsty, man. And he hands me this Pepsi. It's an open can of Pepsi, but he's like, I didn't drink all of it. Have it. And I go to gulp from it, dude, and like my throat feels like it's on fire, and then I'm coughing.
Oh
And then he
no!
looks at me, and he realizes that was his fucking ashtray, dude. And I just like drank fucking cigarette.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my mom did that
Oh
once. My
my
dad he
God.
put out the ashes inside a monster, like little monster kid. Mom took a sip and just spit all of that out. I was like,
Oh my
it's disgusting. But like in the
dude.
movies and stuff and shows, like it just looks so cool. Like when the character's doing it,
Oh, like
What if
people
that's like
buying it?
low key a marketing? Yeah, what if that's like a
But,
marketing strat from the cigarette companies?
I mean,
maybe.
it does look cool, like especially in movies and TV shows. But I mean, in reality, dude, if you ever smell like someone who smells like cigarettes, they smell like shit, and their teeth are fucked.
Yeah.
And especially someone that smokes like a pack, 2 packs a day. Yeah, and
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's someone that just smells like shit, man.
What was that one YouTube channel? The leather smoke something.
Oh my god, the guy from Nexpo.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Yeah, for context, really quickly, there was we like to watch this channel Nexpo. We talked about this last night, but there's a guy Nexpo who covers these like internet videos. I don't know if it was Nexpo or this is somebody else, but basically there was this old guy that over the course of like 8-9 years on YouTube, he just kept posting these weird cigarette smoking videos, and people were like fetishized over it, and I guess they jerked off to it or something. But he ended up dying because he would smoke like fucking 10 cigarettes in a sitting. And
Yeah, you could see it from like his first few videos to his last. Like he was going down the drain health wise.
that itself is fucked too, because I remember when we watched that, like 85% of that video is just covering his channel, but then whoever the guy that we watched, when he started going into the comments and he was revealing that there's people that are like they fetishize to this, like people killing themselves about cigarettes. Dude, that's where it gets weird for me.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff's kind of disturbing. I mean, it's very disturbing, obviously.
I just uploaded a video or a photo to the chat. That's the closest thing I have.
The Discord chat.
I don't have any
No,
actual
dude, there's definitely I've seen a video.
my
I might have the video myself of Ben
Yeah.
eating like fucking
Yep, I
3
know what you're
cookies
talking
at
about.
once.
There is a video out there. Yeah. It's sick. I mean, it's all sick and twisted and fucked. I don't think we're mentally stable half the time. We've all
No,
done.
not a chance.
And I mean, I'd love to talk to another friend group of people that does the stuff that we do. This is like, I'm sure it's unique. What other friend group can you honestly think of that consistently, guys? For those who don't know, we meet up, or I guess not as much anymore, but we used to every time before we'd hang out. We'd meet up at the old high school we went to. We'd meet in the fucking parking lot. We'd park our cars, and we'd wait there. And sometimes it got to the point where like, okay.
But I've seen other kids that went to our school do that too. I mean, it wasn't just us.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. But like,
Hopefully.
what other, I was gonna say hopefully.
Yeah, yeah. At that point, it's just like, I mean, it's just a convenient meetup location because it's
Yep.
like in between everybody. So
Yeah, it's like a central kind of hub.
it's not like we go there and we just stay there, you know.
Well,
Play checkers on someone's
sometimes we stay
hood.
there. Yeah, I mean, there's been times where we.
Well, I mean, when we're talking and stuff, you know, you get carried away.
No, I mean, there's the occasional someone's got a soccer ball and we play fucking soccer in the parking lot and we just really give into that foreigner, aesthetic. And people passing by the road see these fucking idiots at night playing soccer in the parking lot and they're just probably thinking,
Yeah, but that looks like idiots here in America, but like you go to Europe, that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
that's just everywhere, you know. Kids playing ball in the street everywhere, you know.
Yeah, it's a different
I don't know.
vibe out here.
Maybe we're just not bred. We're not bred for this country.
For the American lifestyle. I mean,
That's it. I mean, we probably adapted, of course.
I was gonna say we didn't really fit in when we went to like the city of LA either. When we went to LA, and I mean, in the Midwest, everybody says hello to each other, so we thought it was natural that when you go to like a place like LA, everyone's really friendly, and so we would say, hi or good morning, good afternoon, or how's it going, busy day, something fucking a human being would say, and we found like nobody would
Top of the morning.
Yeah, nobody would talk to us, dude. They just looked at us like we're like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, but like LA though, like there's so many people there, and you're so used to seeing people that people just seeing them, you're just like disgusted almost at that point. You're like, get away from me! I don't want to talk to you. Whereas in Iowa, everyone's more rural or spread out,
Right.
and I don't know. I guess Midwesterns are just raised differently.
I mean,
I mean, you go to probably New York, and I feel like, I've heard New York's got some pretty ruthless and weird people walking around.
Fucking, I'm walking.
Catcalling every 3 seconds.
Oh my god, yeah. Actually, speaking of catcalling, when me and Vedad, we went downtown, I think it was the other day. We didn't go to the bars, but we passed by because we wanted to interview people. And there was this group of like black dudes, man. There was like 6 or 7 of them. They're like all like over 6'3", I swear to God. And there was 3 of them on one side of the sidewalk and 3 of them on the other side of the sidewalk. And they were like catcalling girls as they walked by. And there was a split second where I was like, man, I should go say something. And then I'm like, nope, I want to keep my teeth in my mouth today, dude. And I just kept walking. But it was fucked. So that's life, man. That's how living in Iowa is, ultimately. There's not a whole lot for us to do, but we find stupid shit.
Make our own fun.
Yeah, we have to get creative here.
Yeah, exactly. But
choose some dip.
We've done some fun things, back in the day. Do you guys remember like the first time that we ever drank alcohol? Like that New Year's party that we had. I don't remember when it was exactly. But that was a lot of fun.
I think it was Nick's birthday party. First time I drank. His 18th, was it?
Oh, yeah, it was.
Might
Yeah,
have
with the
been.
fan. Was that you with the fan?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It was my birthday.
Oh yeah, it was.
Was that your birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At Nick's house for some reason. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, that's why I got confused. Yeah.
Poor fucking guy, dude. Had to host Kerim's birthday party for fucking Kerim.
I remember I got a text from Nick, and he said, "Hey, can you come over and help me move my airsoft guns?"
Yeah, that was a terrible way to get you over.
I was like, I had no idea. Obviously, I don't know how, but because I was already planning to do something later. And I was like, okay, yeah, I got some spare time, and I came over real fast, and everyone else was there, and yeah, it was pretty good. But
you're like, guys, I gotta go. I got something to do.
Yeah, imagine I was like, no, I can't. I'm busy right now. I'm not.
Everyone just like waiting around with the cone hats and the little.
Woozilla.
Oh Jesus Christ! Can you imagine? I don't know. How many? I think everybody has had a surprise party in our little group, right? Edis, have you had one? We've thrown one for you, right?
Have you guys? I don't remember. I don't think so.
I don't think so. No.
Oh shit.
Fuck it.
Okay, who needs a party?
This year, this year.
Yeah, I don't want surprise parties. I like knowing ahead of time. Just tell me and tell me I'll act surprised.
I don't think you even have the emotion of surprise in your body. You'd just be like, "Oh, thanks." Oh my
Thanks.
Skinny guys.
Skinny guys. Oh, dude, there could be a whole nother session with just me and Kerim talking about all those fucking
Boomers.
5-year-old and up boomers. Just my favorite thing was always the motherfuckers that would come in. You know, something's not right with my phone here, and you know, you look at it, it's a black screen, and you're like, first thing you do is
Holy shit, yeah.
turns on, and they're like, oh, what'd you do? And I'm like, oh, you know, it just looks like it was off, ma'am. And they're like, oh, the youth are so smart. What's that thing?
I love the youth.
Yep. I had that happen like a couple weeks ago and back in tech.
Oh my god.
This guy came over and was like, I need a new phone. And I opened it. He's like, the screen's just black. The numbers light up, but the screen's black. And I held down the power button and starts turning on. He's like, oh, what? Ha! He couldn't didn't know what to say. And then his wife was like, oh, thank you so much.
You helped us.
And all I did was turn his phone on. Yeah.
Bruh, as technology progresses, I feel like people are just becoming so much more reliant on everything that when something goes wrong with something, they just don't know what to do. Like this isn't really the same kind of scenario. But like back when I worked in BMW, like people would come in on the regular to ask to get air put in their tire because they didn't know how.
Yeah, I remember
Stuff like that. Or reset the tire pressure sensor, which is probably one of the easiest things. You just press and hold the button.
Right.
And I don't know. I feel like people a while back just had more basic common knowledge.
God.
What I will say about technology, I mean, and I had this conversation with Vedad. I mean, it was about video games, but I think this can extend to other things. I think companies nowadays are getting lazier. And I don't know whether that's just because technology is not as advancing as fast or what it is, but I just feel like if you look at the product, maybe it's because we're older too, but if you look at the shit that we buy sometimes, like the iPhones, right? Is there really that much difference in a 12 to a Pro from the 11 to the 12? No. Well, they charge you. It's like FIFA. It's like a Madden. They charge you these egregious prices for these new phones. Well, there's nothing new about them.
I mean, they definitely have the ability to upgrade things far more, but it's a matter of making money. Honestly, is what it is.
True.
It's how can we get away with making it look like it's something completely different by adding a feature or two, and then just selling it for a bit more, every time.
True.
Every year, it all adds up.
True. Shittiest podcast, I guess, doesn't say anything, just true. Mm-hmm. Good talk.
You're just in the background. Yeah.
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 Thanks, Trevor, coming on, man.
Hold up.
Yeah, no problem, true.
Yeah, true.
I wish we could have taken some of last night's conversation too, because I know that we at one point were talking about that chupacabra witch bitch. We'll get another one.
You look up.
We'll get another one of these sessions at one point because I remember I asked Edis if he wanted to come on and talk about conspiracy theories, because something I forgot to mention in the beginning is Edis is, I mean, we're all into the conspiracy theories and we love talking about them, but Edis is really kind of, he's the onion head of the group. He knows all these, fucking...
Onion head? Is that supposed to mean I have layers?
Yeah. You got these multi-layer... you convince me sometimes that you're the one that started these fucking conspiracy theories when you talk to me about it. So there's going to be... I got to get you on here at one point, and then Big Cream, I've got to get you on here.
Yeah, have me back in 10 episodes, 10 guest time.
Well, you know what the shitty thing is? I forgot to mention this also at the beginning. You guys weren't the original guests that were supposed to be on this episode, was the thing. Originally.
Oh, thanks.
Or super subs.
Whoa. Originally, I wanted to have you guys on, each on your own separate thing. And then I was like, when we were sledding last night, I was like, well, I'll just get you guys both on. Now that
we're a package deal.
Yeah, well, combo one. But what I'm also thinking at some point we need to do is a LA breakdown with Mirza and Lazar too. All 5 of us on here, and we discuss that trip and all the fucking memes that everything.
Oh, dude.
I think
That'd be
We
sick.
could we should watch the video back and just talk
Watch
about
your
every
video, dude. I
segment.
still gotta make my video.
Oh my, that's not.
Oh yeah, you still have clips.
Dude, I just have all the files in like a folder on here, all the video clips.
No, but we should. I want to at some point do that where all 5 of us kind of reunite for it, and we talk about it. But the original guest was supposed to be Taylor, and then she said, "Hey, I can't make it. I picked up a shift." I'm like, "Okay, fine." So it's supposed to be Brandon, but then I couldn't get the plan together with him because for whatever reason, I guess he forgot I exist. So then I was scrambling to get a guest because I have a lot of people that I've spoken to on Instagram, but the thing is I haven't set a date yet for them. Like, I'm trying to plan in a month in advance, so I was like, fuck it. We'll bring in Kerim, Edis, Vedad, we'll talk about some shit. And last night was so productive and good, and the fucking computer crashed, and we lost all of that footage. And I wouldn't be surprised if it crashes right now. I mean, I've been kind of...
Yeah, I feel like you should almost
Hopefully
wrap
not.
it up soon.
Save it.
I've got...
Is there a way, like, control save?
I've saved the last 2. I saved the last 2 30-minute clips, so I think there's absolutely no way that we lose the footage now since it's securely saved in my computer. All of a sudden, the fucking computer just blows up or something, and that's my luck.
That would be crazy. So, what kind of people do you plan on having here? Just random people you know, or are you looking for specific
there's a few people. At one point, there's you guys know Brooke Ginsburg, who went to our school. That's Caroline's sister.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't know this. She's co-founder or something along those lines of a startup app that she's wanting to do, right? And on top of that, like, she's got a bunch of stories because she used to be this like show host at this bar. So we and her were talking, and I'd love to have her on at some point and talk about the app. And then of course just kind of, it's a casual podcast, right? I think when it's like with my friends, it's different because we have so much shit we can talk about. But I think if it's someone that I don't know as well, I think it's not an interview per se, but it's like a chill podcast. So like she's a guest that I wanted to have at some point. There's another guy named Jami who I think he still lives over in Japan, and he's into stocks and all that, and I want to bring him on. Just bring cool people on and have a little chit chat. A little fun sody pop here and there.
For sure.
Sody pop.
But I wouldn't be opposed to like that idea of like bringing on all 5 of us and rewatching the video on the podcast and just making fun of each other, and majority making fun of Mirza because let's be fair, there was a lot of
standout moments.
Oh, he had a lot of moments.
A lot of moments.
The White Knight Paladin, I'll say this one thing. I don't think I'll spoil this for that future episode, but Mirza is his not goody two shoes, but well, at that time he's changed for sure. But yeah, we would kind of troll him almost. We would like say hi to people or act weird in public, and he'd always be like, guys, stop! We're in public, And one day, I don't even remember like what he said to me, but I was so fucking annoyed that he was being this like fucking mom.
Oh, you were in the elevator. You were like singing "Thank You, G." You're singing that.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
You were singing it pretty loud, and the Riz was like, "Dude, just shut up already. You're talking way too much." And you're like, Mirza, fuck off, dude. I don't want to, like, you've been censoring me this whole trip, dude. I'm sick of this shit, dude. I'm never going on a trip with you.
Mirza hates it when we embarrass ourselves in public.
Oh, to be fair, looking back at it, yeah, we were singing. We would go around, the 4 of us, in unison, in a fucking choir on the streets of LA. Like we'd be like, "Thank you, Jesus," and we would sing this fucking song about Jesus. And I mean, he was right. It was the stupidest thing. It was so embarrassing. We'll hold off until that eventually that comes into fruition, when we can get all 4 of us or 5 of us on here, so we can talk about that. But just good times. I'll talk to Lazar and Mirza and see if we can't get something in the works, and
you should get everyone from the group on here, like 2 at a time or something like that, 1 at a time, whatever you want.
Well,
imagine a 10-man,
and then eventually just put everyone at once.
That's what
10-man group sesh.
Because the context behind why this podcast started is because for years we were saying, like, let's start a podcast, and it never happened. It never happened, and even just the three of us, I feel like had we started a podcast of 10 people, that's a lot of people to have, but we have so many stories, and I think it's like we should have done it. And then I was like, you know what, I'll just fucking start my own, because it's not gonna fucking happen. And yeah, I wish we could have still done it, because I think we had a name for it, Washed Up Podcast, and it was gonna be life stories from our life, dude.
Although this probably makes for a better podcast because having so many people on at once, talking like over each other, like I feel like people won't really be able to catch on or listen to what's going on,
Right. I don't know. We'll see. You boys have we're getting to that hour and a half mark. I know you guys have got big plans and big money moves, so I mean, if there's anything else you guys want to plug or something like that, please. The floor is yours. Edis, I know you got a grocery business that you want to plug, so go ahead.
What'd she say? Grocery? Yeah, I got a croissant business starting up real soon. Stay tuned for that. Just drop my Twitter.
Sure.
That's all you need.
I'll probably put it on the actual, on the picture, and then I'll put
put it like under our things.
Ooh, like a little like a little tag. Like what's the thing that
Whatchamacallit?
Tag the gram.
Pop tag.
Pop tag. Thank you. Yeah, I'll put one of those or something, and I can plug you guys' instas, and then Kerim can plug your YouTube channel, your old one, of course, not the newer one you're planning on making. You know what I'm talking about.
No, it's just renamed.
Oh, it's renamed. You're still gonna use it.
Yeah, but isn't it hidden? Yeah. Didn't you hide the channel?
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh, it's still, the videos are still out there.
They're just unlisted, I think.
So you have to know that
you gotta wait for the resurrection.
You have to know the URL, yeah.
It's somewhere in my history. I'm gonna go find it. So I'll track that shit down. I just want to say before we leave, I meant every word I said when I saw you at a YouTube channel in 6th grade. I'll never forget it. You, Edis, and Kerim, you guys had a try commentary with Mirza. That was like the talk of the town for like fucking days. Everybody's like, holy shit, you see
dude.
You guys do a try commentary on fucking Modern Warfare 3.
Dude, I can't watch that back without cringing. That was probably... Wow, that was...
In my book,
you
guys
bad.
were legends, and it's still a legendary move. Oh.
That's basically how the video sounded. Just
you've never had a voice crack, Edis. There's never such a thing.
Oh, that's not true. I've had plenty.
When you have
dude, the first time Edis had it, the first time you had it, dude, was like 2014, 15 when the PS4 came out. We were all gaming, and then Edis said something, and then everyone went silent.
Yeah,
because everyone would always
heard.
hype up this thought that I just don't have voice cracks, and I was like, damn, well, at this point I gotta make sure
someone speaks
I
up
don't.
And it's just like, ugh. And then we just immediately go what we're doing. Nobody wants to hear that. All right, boys.
God, whose dog is that?
That's my dog. It's about time unfortunately,
you get Dusty on the podcast.
I was saying, unfortunately, I'm back.
Just leave subtitles.
So I'm in my fucking basement. I'm not even kidding. I'm like hunched over in this chair because I needed a place to
Hunchback.
Yeah, it's awful. This basement's cold as shit. So, all right, fellas. Well, I will try to get that alien podcast, at some point
scheduled.
But we'll see if we can get Big Lazar. I think Lazar's down. It's just a matter of, getting Mirza, who's now got like a wife and kids and fucking house and, his own company.
Yeah.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be the tricky part.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for coming out to another.
Before your computer crashes.
Yeah, before my computer crashes, we're gonna end this so we can save the footage. But I just want to preface one more thing. We do film these usually every Sunday, Monday, and then they always come out every Monday. So until then, I will see you guys on the next video. But until the next podcast, I'll see you guys next Monday.